Today, we've got some electrifying news that's sending shockwaves through the industry. Qualcomm is on fire, and it's all thanks to a groundbreaking deal with Apple. Stick around because we're diving deep into the tech waters to uncover the secrets behind this game-changing partnership. Qualcomm, the tech giant, is experiencing a meteoric rise in the stock market right now. The buzz is all about Qualcomm's game-changing announcement. They're going to supply Apple with 5G chips until 2026. Yes, you heard that right. Apple, the tech juggernaut, was expected to create its own 5G chips, but Qualcomm just pulled off an unexpected plot twist that has tech enthusiasts everywhere buzzing with excitement. This opportunity, from Qualcomm's perspective, is a golden opportunity. They're in for another 3 years of an amazing gig.
Some breaking news from Qualcomm this morning. Must be good. Stock's up about 7%. Christina Partsinevelos joins us now with the details.
Well, I guess it is good. We're calling it a win for Qualcomm because after much concern that Apple was going to ditch Qualcomm chips used in its iPhones, today we find out that's not the case. Qualcomm announcing it will continue to provide Apple's 5G modem chips 2026 and maintain its current patent licensing agreement with Apple. That's why you're seeing the stock react so positively. Apple is designing its own chip that would combine cellular modem and with Wi-Fi and Bluetooth functions. It even bought Intel's modem chip business back in 2019 to get the head start on making in-house iPhone chips. But the fact that Apple continues to partner with Qualcomm for the next 3 years shows how tough it is to make those chips. At this point, Apple still hasn't figured it out at scale. Popular supply analyst Ming-Chi Kuo even suggesting Apple's modem chips won't be ready for another 2 years. Qualcomm doesn't break down revenue streams from iPhones and Androids. For its latest June quarter, UBS statistics show Androids like Samsung, other Chinese makers contribute 54% of that pie, the total revenue you're seeing on your screen to the right. Apple alone contributes 23% of total revenue. So this announcement implies that revenue stream should continue for the next few years or so. Since this is material information, Qualcomm wanted the news out today, even though it does fall 1 day before Apple's big iPhone event tomorrow in San Francisco. As you can see, Qualcomm shares up over 7% right now.
Apple may have dreams of making their own chips, but Qualcomm is the reigning champion when it comes to modem chips. Modem chips are the unsung heroes that connect your phone to the world. Think of it like the bridge between your device and the digital universe. It's a crucial piece of the puzzle. But here's the twist, folks. Apple is only responsible for roughly 20% of Qualcomm's revenue. That includes licensing fees, by the way. Even if Apple decides to make their own chips, they'll still be paying Qualcomm for the licensing. That's how dominant Qualcomm is in the market.
Qualcomm striking a new chips agreement with Apple, and shares are popping on the news. Christina Partsinevelos here at Post 9 with more on the backstory here, Christina.
Well, it is considered a win for Qualcomm, not only because they will continue to provide Apple's 5G modem chips through 2026, also means they're going to maintain their patent licensing agreement with Apple, which means royalty revenue. Apple is designing its own Wi-Fi chips or modem chips. It even bought Intel's modem business back in 2019 to get a head start on making those in-house iPhone chips. But the fact that Apple has to continue to partner with Qualcomm just for the next 3 years or so shows how tough it is to make those chips. At this point, Apple still really hasn't figured it out at scale.
Apple will need to pay licensing fees to Qualcomm for creating the wireless network. And let's not forget, Qualcomm keeps pushing the boundaries of technology. They're like the cool older sibling who's always one step ahead. They've been rolling out new modem generations year after year, keeping up with the ever-evolving 5G standards. Apple has big shoes to fill? Can Qualcomm maintain this tech marathon? What if Apple decides to break free? Qualcomm has set the bar high, and it's not easy to create a superior 5G modem. Even if Apple makes one, Qualcomm's legacy will endure. Speaking of the future, we can't ignore Qualcomm's exciting venture with Meta. Generative AI on smartphones, VR, Arkansas glasses. It's like a tech revolution. Indeed, generative AI at the edge of the network is a game changer. It makes devices more efficient and faster. Qualcomm is stepping into the AI arena, and it's thrilling.
How does Qualcomm play in AI?
Yes. Look, it's really awesome what's happening with AI right now. The way things are developing, and you look what happened with what they call large models like ChatGPT, and the rate of progress, you can imagine that just within a year from now, there will be a number of different use cases. And, I like to think about co-pilot of everything, like on every application. It's interesting for us, we see this as an incredible opportunity. The way to think about this is AI will require, from a chip standpoint, from a semiconductor standpoint, accelerated computing. And if that becomes pervasive, you're going to have to run that on many of your devices. It's not only going to be unique to the cloud. And I think that's the opportunity for Qualcomm. And when we look where we're present today, we see this opportunity for AI to touch each and every one of our business. For example, let's start with the phone side. We demonstrated in Mobile World Congress 2023, we demonstrated running Stable Diffusion, which is a model that creates text to image in a phone. It was over 1 billion parameter in the phone. And now we see a lot of OEMs interested in how, for example, you think about things that you do in your phone and you share pictures with each other. You can take a picture and you can say, I want to change the landscape. I want to be in Tibet or something like that. Text to image that changes. And that's just some easy examples. The interesting thing is what we're doing also in Microsoft as we enter the PC space. This whole concept Microsoft is driving about a co-pilot for each of their enterprise applications. You can run those things locally in the device. So as we enter the PC space for next generation laptops, that is an opportunity for AI accelerated computing. And the one that I'm most excited about is what's happening with our automotive business. I like to think about when I was a teenager, I used to watch Knight Rider. Think about something like a large language model like a ChatGPT built into your car, and you can just talk to your car. And natural language is a great interface for when you're behind the wheel. So it's exciting opportunity for AI, and we're looking forward to ride that wave.
I want to drill down on each one of those areas you just touched on. But first, Cristiano, I'm curious, when you talk about AI empowerment on local devices versus the cloud, so that's what you mean, and that would boost your business because your chips would be able to enable the use of AI locally rather than the cloud. Is that correct?
That's absolutely correct. So when you look at some of those large language models, let's think, for example, the ChatGPT 3 that has over 200 billion parameters. And for every word, we call it a token. You run that model, you get one word, you run the model, get another word. And that's why when you're chatting, you see the words coming up like that. The reality is you can shrink some of those models down if they are well trained, like say a 200 billion parameter to, let's say, in the order of 20 billion parameter. When that happens, you now create an opportunity even to run those models into the devices. And there's a lot of benefits when you run that in a device.
So, what's next for Qualcomm? Can we expect big things? We believe Qualcomm will bounce back, especially with the upcoming Chinese New Year and the release of new phones dominated by Qualcomm chipsets. They're also eyeing the PC market with Windows 11's support for ARM processors. Exciting times ahead. Qualcomm and Apple's partnership is a tech saga worth following. Stay tuned for more exciting updates in the world of tech. To learn more about Qualcomm's fabless chip for generative AI, tune into Qualcomm focusing on auto and AI to maintain wireless dominance next. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Until next time, Tech Explorers.